Paul McCartney and John Lennon wrote a few songs they weren't fond of, but there was one John absolutely hated. John was unabashed in his criticism of Paul's contribution to the song Let It Be after he left the Beatles. He identified Paul in an interview from 1980. So, what's your take? Completely unrelated to the Fab Four, someone could have said Wings. His thoughts when penning Let It Be remain a mystery to me. On the other hand, John was just as critical of his own music, admitting that he regretted penning It's Only Love, saying, "That's the one song I really hate of mine." He went to extreme lengths. Those lyrics are awful. Compared to other Beatles songs, It's Only Love was a commercial failure. The tune is one of the rare minor numbers on the album where Lennon dominates the songwriting with great contributions, according to AllMusic reviewer Stephen Thomas Erlewine. It was another one of the Beatles songs that John and Paul were in agreement about not like. They were both dissatisfied with the 1961 song Hold Me Tight, which was ascribed to Lennon and McCartney, but was really composed by Paul. Although it was a staple of their early live sets, the band had a hard time getting it recorded during the 12-hour session on February 11, 1963, for their debut album, Please Please Me. It took 13 tries before they decided to remove it off the album. The band's second album, with the Beatles, featured the song in its final form. John and Paul were unimpressed with the tune, though. Paul said, "I don't recall much about that one," as he reflected on the experience. Some songs were more like work music. You don't remember them very well. That's quite a few. The song, he continued, was a failed attempt at a single, which then became an acceptable album filler. John said, that was Paul's in an interview from 1980, indicating that he wasn't into the song. To be honest, I was never all that impressed by the song. Even music critics were critical of the song. In The Beatles, an illustrated record, Roy Carr and Tony Tyler said that the song fails because McCartney's vision of the complete tune obviously sagged somewhat. According to Rolling Stone, the song was even deemed horrifying. While Ian MacDonald was less critical, he did say, "Play it loud with the bass boosted, and you have an overwhelming motoric rocker strongly redolent of the band's live sound."